Yo, what's up, family? Hey, man, I received a ton of requests for this one track done by Tribbett. It's called So Good. It's on his latest album, All Things New. But the pianist, the keyboardist, whoever it was, I'm not sure exactly, man, but he did some things on there, man. The harmonic stuff that he's playing in these chord selections, man, are just amazing. And I wanted to share at least my perspective, what I got out of it. So here's a free tutorial. I'm gonna try to make it as simple as I can and as quick as I can. But real quick, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my YouTube page, man. It's right there. Find me on YouTube and press subscribe. Also find me on IG. I want to connect with you all, man. And I have tons of content on there as well. So let's go ahead and get started with this track, man. They did it in G flat. All right, here we go. All right, so let's just stop right there. Let's break all of that down. The intro, man, he did some moves, borrowed some chords outside of the G flat major scale, and it was just the placement and the choices were just, man, nice, just nice, really. So you could definitely implement this kind of playing or these chord selections in other songs. All right, and I'll show you how to do that as well. All right, so let's just take it from the top. So he started off with this A flat minor 9, right? So A flat, that's the 1. Here's the 5. Here's the 9. Of course, that's the 5 again. That's the 1. That's the minor 3rd. So now he goes to this E flat major. And you could call it an E flat 2, right? So you can add 9 or add 2, E flat, and it's over G. So you kind of got this chordal voicing happening. And what are chordal voicings? There are voicings where each note is a fourth apart, right? A perfect fourth apart. So F to B flat to E flat, all fourths. But in the left hand, notice this stretch. So I'm going from this. And then, all right, we got that so far. So good. Then check this out. So now he's playing this A flat major chord over G flat. And he's doing different inversions. Now, you could leave, we call this a drop 2 kind of thing, where you leave that middle note out. Typically in the drop 2 method, you will play that middle note in your left hand, but he's kind of just outlining that A flat major chord, right? Now this A flat is played in first inversion. Here's root position, first inversion, second inversion to root position. Now goes to this D flat major over F. All right, so we got that. And notice my left hand isn't moving that much, right? Boom, boom. All right, so let's take it from the top. So good. All right, we have that. So let's do the. All right, now we go to this D diminished 7th, right? Now we're not playing the entire chord, so he's really being melodic in the right hand now. So we playing D and F, and then in the left hand I am playing a D and B. Now notice in the left hand, a lot of times I like to use the 1 and the 5, and if I could stretch to the major third or the minor third, I will. And sometimes I use the 1 and the 6, depending on what type of chord it is. If it's a diminished chord, I'm normally going to use the 1 and the 6. All right, and you hear these numbers, and these are the distance between each note, which is called intervals. All right, so D and F, E flat, G flat, F and A flat. So he is circling the E flat minor chord using this D diminished. All right. Now you can add, I believe I heard a B flat in there. So right there. So you can do that. All right, so let's take it from the top. I'll slow it down a little bit more. All right, so let's try to do it in time a little bit. All right, let's get some rhythm to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it? Got it? All right, y'all have it. I can feel it. I can feel it. You got it. All right. And notice my left hand is doing it's kind of moving. It's taking me somewhere, right? Dun, 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 So yes, now this move right here is just pretty. It's just how I'm having any other adjective for it. It's just pretty. So kind of got that gospel touch, that piano touch, blah blah blah. So I'm playing B and B flat. So actually, let me, since we're in G flat, let me be politically correct. All right, so we will call this C flat, right? We would call it C flat instead of B flat. Why? Because when we're constructing a major scale, we have to make sure that every letter is represented. Let me explain. So we're in G flat. We're calling this G flat, not F sharp. We're calling it G flat. So the next one has to be some type of A. If we go up the scale, right, the letters, using the letters, after G is A. So this got to be A flat. The next one has to be a B flat. The next one, what's after B? It has to be some type of C. So C flat, D flat, E flat, F, G flat. Make sense? All right, so I have to throw some theory in there, man. Let's do this right. And we could call this, B, but because we're using, and it is a B, but because we're in G flat, I just want to make sure we're saying the right chord and note names. All right, here we go. So kind of got that gospel flair. I'm playing I did it again. C flat and B flat right here, and I'm playing E flat, A flat, B flat. Blah, blah. See that? Now I'm going to this B flat, G flat, D flat, G flat again, E flat. So this is kind of like a C flat major 7, right? Here's the 7th right here. That's the 3rd. We just don't see the 5. We're not playing the 5, which is okay. A lot of chords sometimes omit the 5, all right? Now we just go to this G flat over B flat. Now because I got that E flat up there, which is a 6 in G flat, you could either call this you could actually call this a G flat 6 over B flat. Now this chord, man, this right here, this is a fat chord, and I'm gonna quickly break this one down. All right, so honestly, you could say it looks like an E flat, right, over G, right? E flat major chord over G. Now, what made it interesting is this E, right? And now because you have this E and this B flat, you have this tritone in there. And tritone, usually when you hear tritone, it's going to sound somewhat dissonant, right? Like almost a little harsh, but very interesting. It's all, like a power chord or something like that. All right, and now from my perspective, this is replacing a G diminished 7th chord. Now let me tell you why I say that. Because you could have just did this. And let me show you why this E flat works. Now, if we use let's take the diminished scale, the whole half diminished scales. It's two different diminished scales. You got the half whole diminished scale, and you got the whole half diminished scale. Just really quick, when you want to improvise or be really creative using a diminished chord, a fully diminished chord, you will use the whole half diminished scale. Now, the half whole diminished scale would look like this. Now, this diminished chord over the same root looks a little different. Now, because it looks like a G7 flat 9. And now for this one, with the same root, I would use a half whole diminished scale, kind of improvising. But because we're using a fully diminished, a G diminished, instead of a G7 flat 9, we're going to use the whole half diminished scale. So let's do it real quick. Starting point. Go up a whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. All right, we have it. Now notice, if you keep playing this scale, it's not like your major scale. This scale actually has 8 notes. A major scale has 7. All right, just some quick theory. Now, also in this scale, I noticed right away, and you could practice this on your own, but I noticed 4 major chords. What major chords do I see? I see a E flat, and because when you think about diminished chords, the diminished chord is constructed using minor thirds, right? So, like for instance, we're talking about a G diminished 7 chord. If we go up a minor third, go up another minor third, go up another minor third. This is how a diminished chord is constructed, using minor thirds. All right, so because of that relationship, I'm gonna use this principle called the minor third principle. Right now, I see E flat, so if I take it up a minor third, it'll be G flat, right? Now, if I take it up a minor third again, what's a minor third up from G flat? Right? It'd be A major, a minor third up, C, and then back to E flat. Now, I'm actually playing these chords in first inversion. So let me play them in root position. So E flat, G flat, A major, C major. All right, so because I see these major chords, I can actually use them as substitutions for that. Like I can use it as a substitute for this diminished chord and be really creative, right? Now notice I'm playing the E and the B flat still, right? Now let's take it up a minor third. Then we have this. Isn't that fat? Woo! So if you really want to be creative, I just showed you 4 different ways to play a G diminished chord, G diminished 7 chord. Use those as substitutions. Now, because I see those major chords, I also see their parallel minor. That these notes are still within that diminished scale, that whole half diminished scale. So in your spare time, really play with, these chords, kind of, get fancy, try them out. This, when this thing called music, which is it's just endless. It's this component that you need. It's called experimentation. This component of experimentation is what you need. It's art. So be creative. All right. So use a little bit of theory. That's what I'm showing you right now. So essentially, that's what he's doing. All right. So he did. All right. So I want to keep moving. I know I just threw so much at y'all, man. So much that quick. And then check this out. Woo! So now it's starting to make sense why he used this tritone right here over G, which looks like all it is G diminished right now. Because now this tritone is doing something chromatic. Genius. I applaud you, man. Man, whoever came up with this, man, just amazing. So now after that, now you have this C flat 13 over G flat. Woo! Now, you could call it, you could actually say G flat minor 6, right? And now add the 11th in there. Here's the 9. So you could call it a G flat minor 11 add 6 or the 13. But why would you do that? You could just say C flat 13 over G flat. And let me tell you why. Because he's going from this C flat 13, which is a dominant chord, to a B flat dominant chord over F. Now, if you notice, this C flat 13, if it's played over the G flat, that's the 5. So whatever you can do, so G flat is the 5 of C flat. So whatever you can do over the 1, you can do over the 5. And that's essentially what he did. And I like to use this even in the key of C flat, going to the 4. So it's all about perspective as well. So that's how you can think of, doing stuff outside the key. So you could honestly think like he went to B major real quick, or C flat major real quick, right? All right. So I'm moving on. I'm gonna do a thorough breakdown on my website, but this is for free. I'm giving you this content. I hope you gain something out of this, man. I hope it really blesses you. But here's where we are. Now we go to this B flat 7 over F. Woo! And just notice that movement going down. All right, y'all, let's keep on plowing. So you got this movement right here. So now you go to this half diminished chord, and a C half diminished seventh chord. All right. To this C flat minor 6. So, all right, so we do this walk up. So B flat 7 to this E flat minor, walk down to this C half diminished 7th to this C flat minor 6, and then to this G flat over B flat. And go back to that chord right there. That substitution over that G diminished 7th. All right, so let's take it from the top. Let's take it from the top. All right. So now let's go. Now we're in the song. That's just all the intro, and there's so much substance in that intro, man. That was some good meat, man. So A flat minor 7, right? I'm playing A flat, G flat, C flat, E flat, G flat, C flat. So good. Right now I'm playing a G flat over B flat, and I added the 9 in there, right? Here's the 9. Then follow this line. D diminished 7th to this E flat minor. Now he does this piano move in there, which I just think is amazing. Yeah, so all right, that's what I heard. It could be right, it could be wrong. All right. So that's the syncopation, that's the rhythm. And just doing some arpeggios going up. Now the cool thing about arpeggios too, especially if you're on a major chord, I like to add the 2 in that major just to make it flow a little better. Sorry, it's a G flat major, right? What's the 2 in G flat? It's A flat. So just to make it flow a little bit better. And if I want to start on the 5 of that, stuff like that. So stuff like that. You have been so. You have been so good. Now they do this move. So E flat minor 7, D flat over F, G flat major, then hit it again, then A flat minor 7. Then G flat major over B flat, you can add the 9. 9 and 2 are the same note, so add the 2 or add the 9. So Lord, you've been so good to me. You supply all of my needs. Yeah, you keep me in perfect peace. You've been so good to me, right? So all you doing, and I'm playing different inversions, all right? So if you're a pianist and you playing at a church and you're by yourself, you got to make it sound fuller. But if you had a bass player, so you'll be playing it a little different. So right now I'm gonna play it like you're by yourself. So Lord, you've been so good to me. You supply all of my needs. Now I'm playing this A flat minor 11 just to make it sound a little bit more full. So I'm playing A flat, E flat, G flat, B, D flat, E flat, G flat, to this B flat, G flat, A flat, D flat, E flat. So B flat, G flat, A flat, D flat, back to G flat. Lord, you've been so good to me. Diminish, D diminished 7th. And I'm playing D, B, B, D, F, A flat. Back to E flat minor. Now notice that stretch. I'm playing the 1, 5, and that minor 3rd. Right there. Then B flat again, E flat, G flat. Lord, you've been so good to me. You supply all of my needs. You keep me in perfect peace. Lord, you so good. Yeah. You supply all of my needs. Yeah. You keep me in. Now notice, this part right here is genius. I mean, Todd Tribbett is just, when I tell you the way his creativity is like beyond our time, this world. All right, so now he acts like we're in E flat, and it's churchy. So you got this E flat 7 to this so it's like this E flat 7 to this C diminished 7th to this A flat minor 6, A flat minor 6, back to a E flat 7 over B flat. Now this is church all day. So notice that. So he just does it really fast. And it starts over. So all over E flat. So let me break it down. E flat 7, C diminished 7th, A flat 6, right? Back to a E flat 7 over B flat, back to A diminished 7th, A flat minor 6, back to E flat 7. So you start over in your right hand. And your left hand keeps going down. So just start over in your right hand. You can do that line. Genius. Let's do that again. And then we out. Yeah, y'all got it? Then we out. All All right, y'all, let's keep on plowing, man. This is some good stuff, man. This is so good stuff. I hope y'all getting something out of this, man. If you got to keep watching this video, go ahead. Show yourself grace. Show yourself grace, all right? It's all about balance, all right? So we did, let's just take it from the top real quick. So good, let's do that walk. Lord, you've been so good to me. You supplied all of my needs. You keep me in perfectly. So good. Lord, you've been so good to me. You supply all of my needs. Yeah. You keep me. Lord, that's so genius, man. You supply all of my needs. Woo, that's good. I mean, huh? That is just so good, man. Like this part right here. Woo. Then let me just break that down one more time, man. And this is a churchy move. Yeah. Woo, that's so good. So it's like this E flat 7, C diminished 7 all over E flat, A flat 6 all over E flat, back to E flat major. And it's like this E flat major played over B. And then he starts over by using different inversions, keep going down the scale. Back to this A flat minor 6. To this E flat over G. So the left hand is literally going down the scale by half steps chromatically. Now you could do that grace note. So all right. Ooh, that's so good. Man, I hope y'all got something out of that, man. This quick tutorial, man, I just definitely wanted to share, kind of help you guys, man. Again, this is my perspective, man. This is what I heard. This is what my ears heard. I hope that it was valuable to you, though, man. That you benefited from this video, man. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube page, man. Find me on IG, man. Let's connect. I have tons of content on there, man. And if you want to take your piano playing to another level, if you want to dive in deeper, I have master classes available to anyone who wants to play this piano, this instrument that I love so much, man. I have master classes and courses to take your playing ability to the next level, man. I do believe music is a language, and I just want to equip you with the tools to write your own story, man, to paint that your own picture, man. This is what I do. This is what I love, man. I just want to share, man. So go to my platform, georgegranville.com right now. georgegranville.com right now. You could become a member to my platform, my website, man. I do believe it will be beneficial if you want to just take, again, your musicianship to the next level, man. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, man. Hey, till next time, be blessed. Peace.